Hi guys, I'm Kate Wharton. Welcome to Math 116. We're starting with section 0.2, kicking it off. And this section is looking at the order of operations and the real numbers, order of operations, special ops. Okay, so starting with question number 19. I'm just going to work some of the homework problems and try to illustrate a few points as I go. And this is question number 19 is on page 15 of your book, page number 15. So the question asks you to evaluate each expression, and this one for 19 is 6 minus 4, all divided by 8 minus 2. So what you're supposed to keep in mind here is that these two minuses cancel each other out essentially, and that becomes 16 plus 4, all divided by 8. Those two cancel each other out, plus 2, so that equals 20. Divided by 10, that's 2. Well, you can see why they said simplify it, because 2 is simpler. So that's the answer to that one. And then looking also, next one, question number 23. Let's see if I can do this on this same paint page. 23 says negative 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 6, all divided by 4 minus 2 squared plus 3. So with the order of operations, you have to do the, let's see, I wrote it down. What do they call it? 1 is the parentheses. Second one is powers, such as squared. Third one is multiply and divide. And the fourth step is you add, subtract. I tend to do this somewhat intuitively now, but these are the actual start with parentheses, then go to powers, then multiply, divide, then add and subtract. So we don't really, well, this is sort of a parenthesis, but it's not really, so we'll go to powers. So this is equal to, I guess I'll go back to white. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, because the negatives cancel out. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. And then we can kind of skip ahead, do powers and multiplying and dividing at the same time. So then times this one, minus 6 plus 6. So that was doing that. Minus 6. We're going to do this one next because it's a power on the bottom. 4 minus 4 plus 3. So that became that 4 right there. Things are getting easier. These plus 6 and minus 6 cancel out. So that's 9. When I say cancel out, it's if you take 9 minus 6 plus 6, that part's 0. So 4 minus 4 is 0, plus 3 is 3. This is easier too. That's 3. So the first one, question 19, simplified to 2. Question 23 simplifies to 3. Hold on. I'm coming up, you guys. I'm going to do question 21 and 49, but I need a little more space. We're live. So it's question number 21. I wanted to do this one. It's an absolute value problem. So this straight line means absolute value of 5 minus 2 minus absolute value of 7. So these kind of straight lines, those we read them as absolute value divided by absolute value of 5 minus 3 and the absolute value. So we're going to take care of the absolute values first. It's sort of like a parentheses. This 5 minus 3 inside that becomes absolute value of 3 minus absolute value of negative 7. For absolute values, you always make everything positive. So if it's negative, you make it, technically the mathematical definition is you take negative 7, but it's always the positive part. Okay? And then absolute value here, that'll be the absolute value of 2. I'm just being really strict and doing these little steps for you. Most of you will skip ahead and kind of romp through and just go, 5 minus 2 is 3, absolute value is 3, minus 7. 5 minus 3 is 2, absolute value of 2 right there is 2. This equals negative 4, all divided by 2, which is equal to, yes, oops, negative 4. Did I say 2? Oh, I'm realizing here's my problem. In the problem, that's a 2. So this should be 3. I was like wondering, why am I getting a different answer than I got before? So the answer is minus 4/3. Because I wrote the problem down wrong. I'm doing a good job of modeling for you guys how to overcome small mistakes in a math problem. So first thing you have to make sure you're doing is write the problem correctly. Ha ha ha. So I have one more I want to do for you. This was the answer to that one. One more. I'm going to do question number 49 next. Wait for it. So question number 49, it says, use your calculator to evaluate each of the following and then list the digits. So we're supposed to use our calculator for this one. Some of you might have been using the calculator for all the other ones. So we have, here's the problem, 2,500 divided by 1.1 to the 6th minus 1. So on your calculator, what you're going to want to type is this. You're going to want to type 2,500 divided by parentheses 1.1 little caret top raised to the 6th. Oops! 1.1 raised to the 6th minus 1. Do you hear that jingling? That's my dog Pepe. He's scratching. Stop scratching, Pepe. It's very distracting. Okay. So when you do this, make sure you're typing in a 1. There, 1.1 raised to the 6th. And you have to include these parentheses. You should get a number like, where's my big old number? What a mess. 3240.184. So again, the key here is you have to add your own parentheses. Otherwise, the calculator is going to do it in a different order. So write it 2,500 divided by parentheses. Do you see the parentheses buttons? 1.1 raised to, there's a raised to the 6th, and then minus 1. End parentheses, you have to end parentheses equals this. Good job, guys. Next up, section 0.3.